Welcome back, Deadites and Ghost Beaters. We are finally at the last mission, Mission 5. Well, last mission for now, Homecoming King, where you unlock Arthur. And it's a bit of a slog, so I'll be honest with you. This is a long video. It's going to be about 30 minutes to get from point A to point B, which is finally defeating Evil Ash in Castle Kandar. But if you like this content, please drop a like and a comment below. I answer all my comments, and it really does help the channel. And of course, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell for all Evil Dead and horror-related content. If you're looking for people to play with, the link is in the description below for our Discord. Just hop in there, come in, say hi, get to talk, get to know everyone in the group. It's a nice and active group, and you don't have to play with randoms because we're about 10 days in and it sucks. A lot of times random matches don't go well, so play with people you get to know. And now we're going to hop over, we're going to run through this mission. I'm going to walk you through it the easiest possible way. It does take a little bit of time, but don't worry, you have no time restraints. Only Kill 'Em All has the time, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over this house. This is where we get our first round of supplies. It jumps to your left. Matches even further left. And finally behind your crossbow.
A cook's blade.
Cleaver. And a medallion, which I'll just throw on. Now we're going to hop over and clean this house in next door. Usually there is spawns here, but for some reason none happen. They actually come later when I actually cross the street.
What hellion lurks in the darkness?
Pick up another amulet. This time we're putting one in reserve. Some more ammo. There's 3 different rounds and 3 locations. And then we're gonna head to the house right across the street. Now I went wide because the tree right by there is usually trapped. And we get the normal spawns here. Man, this
Kneel before me, so I may remove thine head.
But that's okay, because now we'll come in and we'll clean out the rest of this, keep adding supplies to ours. We're going to take the improvised spear, which I absolutely loathe, but it's better than running a standard meat cleaver. And now we're going to have a few spawns here that actually probably really, after we cross the street here, belong to the original one that should have spawned, but they actually didn't. Now, as you can see, in the corner here, that the spawn point for
the righteous need not fear the likes of you.
It is one of 2 spots you can spawn at. The other one is the Plane Crash 666. And I think the Plane Crash is by far the higher of the 2. I think I've only ever had the Fishing Village like twice. Although for this strat, it is actually much more convenient. And these are the 2 normal locations. Now, what I'm going to show you next, right here, is the sewage treatment plant. And that is where we're going to go first. We're going to actually ignore the fishing village, or if you have it as the Plane Crash 666, you ignore that as well. And you're going to go to the sewage treatment plant, because much like how we did in Mission 1, we want to get the legendary crossbow to make our life much easier.
Thou shalt be crushed under.
And we're gonna stop here real quick. And pick up an amulet, a ships. And right now you can see we're right above Misery Manor. We will run down there. Because that's where we can get the shovel. My personal favorite melee weapon option, until of course you get to the legendary sword,
Thy shoelace is
is the
untied.
shovel. And you get it right here at Misery Manor. There's a couple of mobs to clean up.
For your arrogance, I shall see you dead. Are all men from the future loudmouth braggarts?
And then the only thing in the basement is some ammo. And then we're out and about with a actual epic melee weapon, and we will go down here to the sewage treatment plant. Now, we're actually trying to make our lives a little bit easier here, because we're going to have to fight these mobs one way or another.
Weapon
So instead
requires
of taking
reloading.
them after the pages get activated, and you have your little mini event where you fight 8 mobs, we're just going to clean them up now.
I reload. Weapon requires reloading.
Note to self, the normal crossbow has very little range, so don't try to snipe people down here. Now, normally I wouldn't recommend allowing for healthy downward flow, but if you think you can handle it, go ahead. It is kind of playing a risk
A
where you take a
potent
couple
remedy
hits and you
indeed.
could end up bleeding out, which is why I'm going to drink a Shem's right here. We're going to make our way down the path to the sewage treatment plant after we kill off the zombies. There is actually one more slightly above the hill, but I'll just get him when I get out of the first mini event with Evil Ash. So we're gonna run over here, and you're gonna hear the Novi tapes, and that's how you know you're getting close. And then there's a bunch of really good stuff here: ammunition, weapons, pretty much everything you need. So the first thing we pick up is
There's
ammunition,
one I recognize.
amulet, more ammunition, and the legendary crossbow, which is the reason we came over here. We grab Shems. We can leave one for later if necessary. If you prefer the nailed bat, you can grab that. I prefer the shovel, so I'm gonna stick with that. And then I'm gonna grab this car, and you're gonna drive to where we need to go.
Bask in
And by the
illumination.
magic of digital editing, we have magically transported ourselves across the map. We did that. And now I'm going to clear off my fear, and we're going to go finish the rest of the drive up here. And we're going to go into the fishing village, which is kind of a great spot for grabbing materials, but you do have to fight, I feel, a little more out in the open than you do at Area 666. So we can see where the Kandarian dagger is. We're going to come in and we're going to fight a bunch of people. Now you can see the difference in damage from the legendary crossbow versus having just the standard one, as well as the range that goes with it. Now, during this event, you're supposed to get the rare crossbow with those drops. We're going to leave that, of course.
Righteous need not fear the likes of you. I reload.
Headshots do wonders. And the thing about the crossbow is, like most special guns, if you're close and hit with a headshot, you're going to do plenty of damage to take out the lead. Now we've already gotten the dagger, everything's cleaned out of here. Now we're going to salvage these fishing cabins for some stuff we need. There is special weapon ammo, which we grab here. We're going to come up and grab some other resources, and as we go around, come up on the hill here.
Evil must not triumph.
Every weapon we're obviously going to ignore. This is where we're actually going to get some real stuff.
My wounds are remedied.
First, we grab a ship. We're going to top off our health because we can only carry 3. More ammo. And now we are going to run our butts back to the car. And now we're literally going to do the exact drive on, but in reverse this time. And just like last time, where you have to watch us drive from the sewage treatment plant to the fishing village, I'm not going to make you watch us drive back from the fishing village to slightly past the sewage plant, because that's basically where we're going to go. We're going to go right to the sewage treatment facility and park. Alright, now we're going to run down to Nobi's cabin, and by using the power that is invested in the Kandarian dagger, we will break the seal from Henrietta, and we will be able to get inside. Now, if you, at this point, needed anything from the car, you are right back where you started, so grab it. If you needed that Shems, or if you needed some matchsticks, whatever it might be, there's still resources sitting there. Feel free to pick them up before you head back to the cabin. Now, as you notice, I do a little bit of run walk because I always want to mitigate having my stamina hit 0, because you never know when you need to do a put an amulet on. There's the epic meat cleaver. If that's your jam, go ahead and pick it up. If not, like, I personally don't care, then don't. If you're using a handgun, there's handgun ammo, and there's gonna be another matchstick in case you need it. You grab it in the kitchen, as well as another Shemps if you need one. I'm maxed on health and carrying a Shemp, so there's nothing for me to use. And now you're gonna start the event by grabbing the pages of the Nomicon.
I smell your fear.
Now this event is a bit of a mob, and it'll drop you if you're doing it naturally, your epic crossbow.
My arrow flies true.
Three more. There's gonna be one that also drops a gem. Just happened.
Weapon requires reloading. In the name of all. Shoelaces
here.
up top.
And there's the epic crossbow.
I
Which
am
force we're gonna
rejuvenated.
ignore. We're going to use the Shemps because there's another one inside the cabin if we need it for later, and the one that's dropped. So we top off, still at 3. Now the nice thing is, a lot of these mobs that we were going to have to fight originally are already dead. Dang tree. Because as we came through last time to get to the sewage treatment plant, we killed them all. And that's going to lead you to starting the first event. And that is Ash versus Arthur round 1. Now, how this works is it's basically stay away from evil Ash for 60 seconds. So I recommend kind of drawing him out, using your stamina to get away, and then kind of just walking slowly back so you re-heal. And in this case, it's kind of weird. Sometimes if you get Ash over to that side, he can get stuck. So at this point, he's just going to sit here and eat seconds away before he finally gets himself unstuck. It makes it very, very easy. It's actually pretty common for that to happen. I've had that happen probably 2 or 3 times now by driving him over there. So you basically work him over to that side, and then eventually he'll unstick, but it's usually with like 10 or 15 seconds to go, and by then you just have to dodge him for another minute. So here he comes. You know, a whopping 6 seconds to go. We'll put an arrow in him, and then we'll run back to the other side, and that'll end the mini event. Because you can't damage Evil Ash, so there's no reason to actually try to engage him. The only thing you can do is get yourself killed. Now, as I had said before, I'd left one mob over the hill, and that's going to be this dude, who we're going to kill.
Kneel before me, so I may remove thine head. I reload.
And now we are running down to Pain Manor. So how this is going to work, and once again, if you need anything from the Nobi car, feel free to grab it. At this point, I'm pretty much full on health, full on Shems, full on medallions. I could put one on, but I, for some reason, didn't. The easiest way to do this next part of the event is to run straight down the path I'm going, so that way you get into the river and begin taking out the Flautists. There's going to be 4 Flautists around Pan Manor. Once all 4 are killed, you can then go in and grab your legendary sword. But I will say this once, and I'll say it when we get closer, do not grab the sword until you have looted Pan Manor. Because if you decide to do that beforehand, you're going to activate the cloud monster, which keeps circling in on you, and could make it very hard to get out. And dying due to cloud is the worst, dumbest death metal, man. Now, when you kill a Flautist, it will cause some mobs to spawn, and the longer you sit there, as long as they can hear the call of another one, they will keep spawning. So as you can see here, I'm killing mobs, but they just keep spawning. So you just kind of have to get the Flautist dead, and then get on your way as quickly as you can. They will follow you, but once you're out of range, they'll stop spawning. So you just kill up any stragglers and move on. Now there's going to be 2 in the courtyard that we're going to get next, and as well as 1 on top of the
He
hill.
who brings light raises
So
a
that is
bulwark
the
against evil.
fortifications.
Weapon requires reloading. I will not be fully ragged.
Every mob that is around them are all elite, so they might take a little bit of a beating, but just kind of take on one at a time, and you'll keep on keeping on without putting too much pressure
My
on
arrow
your resources.
flies true. I reload.
And here is the Flautist in the second half of the courtyard. Kill him, and then you'll...
In the name of all that is holy.
Now we're going to go up this open gate here. Well, it's not really a gate, it's more of a hole in the wall. If your fear is high, you can always use the lantern that's right here. You should have plenty of matches on you, even if you did use one when you got
Weapon
to
requires
King Manor.
reloading.
And then finally, at this like little cemetery portion, there's the final one. And now you can go into King Manor. The guards are down. But like I said, make sure you do not loot the sword that is right in front of you beforehand. So I'm going to go in here, and then I'm ignoring it. Just completely ignoring it and getting what I need. There's some ammo over here. Frosted, there's more ammo. There's an amulet.
My vitality is
And then you go
restored.
upstairs. As you see, there's a Shems right there, so we just top off our health and grab the bonus one. Another amulet, so we put one on and grab the other one. And then there's some ammo. If you decide you want to go with the blunderbuss, you can switch there. It's going to use specialty ammo anyway, so it's not going to make any difference. If you need matchsticks, there's some in there. And now grab the sword. Now, be aware that the moment you grab the sword, that red cloud is going to start sneaking in on you. So it's kind of a rush, but you have plenty of time if you do it properly. So don't get yourself in a situation where you run out of stamina and then have to fight a bunch of mobs to get back to the portal where Evil Ash is. So what you're gonna see is I'm gonna do run a little bit, walk a little bit, fight a little bit, and if I have to use my bow or I use my sword to get a mob off my butt, I'm gonna do that. But you're gonna try to make sure that you are ignoring them as much as possible, but they will keep spawning. Like, they aren't stopping. So some of them you will need to fight and make your life a little bit easier. And if you keep an eye on where the cloud's at, if it's not showing up on your screen, because you have plenty of time at that point, then just take it easy and keep moving. You don't have to pressure yourself unless that cloud gets right up your butt. And the last time I did that was the very first time I did the mission, and I didn't realize it was going to keep creeping in on me, and it killed me. So now I kind of know that you have to have a little bit of hurry in you, but as you can see here, I'm just taking out some mobs. It doesn't have to be a ton of pressure on myself. I take a look, see if there's anything I need to get rid of. I shoot an arrow at one, let the other one come in on me. Let my stamina refill, keep making my way the rest of the way up that hill. Now, like I said, you're gonna keep hearing spawns as the gates open. There's lots of rifts open around here, and that's just the way it is. So you have to stop every now and then to fight some stuff, or you'll get yourself overscored. And you don't want to do that either. Now we're going to go up the hill. We're going to hop in. We're going to take one last look if we heard someone behind us. Shoot him in the face. Put a shield on. And now we're going to engage in the first of two boss battles. So we take the portal to Castle Kandar. We're going to come right straight ahead, and there is another amulet before you walk in, right here. Grab that, put that in reserve, and now we have 3 amulets and 3 shemps for the battle between the Pit Deadite and ourselves. Also, when we kill the Pit Deadite, he drops an amulet and a shemps. Grab them as quick as you can, because you can grab them, like I'm going to show you here, before the cutscene that brings in Evil Ash. And if you do that, it makes your life a lot easier because you have those resources already in reserve. Now, when the pit demon attacks you, you can kind of jump straight back like I'm doing here, because it doesn't really do much.
Evil must not
Though
triumph.
he does get on you a little bit if you're trying to take a Shem strength. So that's twice now that I tried to drink Shem. So just be careful. He can kind of get on top of you. That quick thrust forward. Now I was able to drink one and add a shield back, because you want to make sure that you're putting yourself in a position where you're not ever on death 4. Because if you do that, that's how you end up with the situation of like being able to get one-shotted and then you're starting the mission all over. Now look how quick I grab. Boom, boom, cutscene begins. I have those resources in my back pocket. I know my shield's down, so I'm quickly putting it back on. So that way, if Evil Ash does the force choke, it takes shield instead of health.
Thy shoelace is untied.
And there it is. And as you see, it took mostly just shield, a little bit of health because it wasn't full.
A potent remedy indeed.
I'll put another one on. I will also drink a Shemps. Refill my health. Unfortunately, I don't have Wrath, so it's always good that you use your crossbow if you can, because it does a good amount of damage to Evil Ash. You're talking between 450 and 550 damage on a headshot. And it's good for keeping a little bit of distance into the force choke. And as you can see, it only just took a shield, so like it didn't actually take any of my life. Put the shield back on. Another headshot. Get here out of the second corner. He is now almost at the point where he is toast. Then he jumps just to be on the safe side. He force chokes me again. And summons some mobs. But we are getting down to the nitty gritty. He's about 2, 3 cuts away. And that's it. You are now victorious against the power that is Evil Ash. And have unlocked Arthur, the last of the unlockable characters. And that's it. You now have them all. Arthur, arguably the best character in the game. If you haven't looked at how to build Arthur now that you have him, I'll include a link in the description to yesterday's video where I did the full 1 to 24 build for Arthur and then how to respec him at 25 for DPS. And there you go. We will be doing these videos every time there is one dropped. And as we know, kind of based on the leaks, there's a list of like 10 more missions. So there should be a lot more stuff coming. And we'll be able to take care of that for you. As always, thanks for watching. And later, mates.